Hi, my name is Tori, and have you ever wanted a pet snake but don't know where to start? Ball pythons and corn snakes both make amazing beginner snakes, but it's important to know which is the best snake for you. I believe this is relevant to college students because students constantly want to get new pets all the time, or they may know someone that's wanting to get a pet snake. I feel as though I am able to give this speech because I personally have my own ball python and corn snake, and I've lived with them and cared for them for over 3 years now. In this speech, I would like to talk about the care of corn snakes and ball pythons, a little bit about how they live and what they look like, their handability, and hopefully it helps you pick out the right snake. First, I would like to talk about a quick overview of the care and lifestyle of corn snakes and ball pythons. Husbandry and lifestyle. Husbandry, in simple words, means the equipment and tools that you use for the everyday care of your reptile. Both corn snakes and ball pythons need room to move around and require long and wide enclosures that are at least the length of their body. They do not require very tall enclosures, as both snakes aren't the best climbers and only choose to do so occasionally. Both snakes enjoy making tunnels, but corn snakes enjoy making tunnels a lot more in their substrate and like burrowing under things. Corn snakes are also very forgiving when it comes to husbandry. This means that if you have something not quite right in your enclosure, they will still be okay and in good health. Ball pythons, I've noticed, like to bask more, so you could include an overhead heat light to help them have more choices when it comes to regulating their body temperature. Ball pythons also need a very high humidity level in order to shed completely. Without high humidity levels, ball pythons could get stuck shed, which could lead to other health concerns, one including stuck shed on their eyes, and they could lose their eyesight in the long run if it doesn't get fixed. An easy fix to high humidity is including a hide with a soaking moss. Sometimes people use sphagnum moss or green moss, so they can go in there and soften their scales in order to shed easier. According to Orlando from Lake Howell Animal Clinic, corn snakes can live 15 to 25 years, and ball pythons can live 35 to 45 years if given proper husbandry and care. He also states that snakes are cold-blooded and need a heat source to regulate their preferred body temperature. He says external heat sources that mimic radiant heat from the sun are the best. According to the Ball Python Manual by Philip, for large adult ball pythons, you need at least a 30-gallon aquarium. Larger is, of course, going to be preferred. Next, I would like to go over the appearance of these two snakes. The appearance of ball pythons and corn snakes are pretty similar, but there are some key differences. Corn snakes are very long, more light snakes and slender-bodied snakes, and usually range from around 4 to 6 feet. The corn snake has a more oval-like head that's going to flow into the rest of the body. The corn snake does not have any heat pits on the face, instead relies on smell and eyesight. Ball pythons are heavier bodied snakes and are going to be shorter in length, and they can range from 3 to 5 feet. The ball python is going to have a more triangular head, and they do have heat pits on the side of their face to help find food. According to the Ball Python Manual by Philip, there are so many ball python morphs and corn snake morphs that the possibilities for different patterns and colors are endless. This basically means don't choose which snake based on their color, base it on your lifestyle. Finally, I would like to talk about how corn snakes and ball pythons tolerate being taken out of their enclosure and handled. Temperament and handleability. Corn snakes are very easygoing, and it makes them have little to no aggression. If scared, they will usually try to musk, but that's also very rare, and it's an oil that can secrete from their glands and is sometimes smelly. They will typically try to slither out of your hand before inflicting a bite on you. As far as handling, corn snakes are constantly on the move and must be monitored while out of their enclosure. They will typically not just sit on your arm. Ball pythons are pretty laid back snakes, but occasionally they can be mistaken as aggressive. Ball pythons can sometimes get aggressive and mistaken your hand as food and therefore end up getting bit, even though he was just hungry and not trying to attack your hand. Finally, I would like to move on to the conclusion of this speech. Corn snakes and ball pythons both make amazing beginner snakes. It's all about which one just fits your lifestyle better. In conclusion, they are both easygoing and easy to care for, so which do you choose? Ball pythons or corn snakes?